It's time to turn the page. We're on to Tampa Bay. Forget week one. It's over. Burn the film because it was a disaster on so many fronts. If you want the Bears to beat the Bucs this week, this time around, like this video. Guys, the Bears have lost 11 games in a row. I don't know if that's being talked about enough. They have not won a game since that Patriots game in October of last year. This has got to end. So I don't know how many likes it's going to take, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000. We got to do our part here. Hit that thumbs up icon if you want the Bears to beat the Bucs on the road. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into this video. La'el Collins, could he be an option for the Chicago Bears? He was released from PUP by the Bengals on Tuesday. He, of course, tore his ACL in December, so it's a bit unclear if he's healthy or not. Now, he has played strictly right tackle since 2017, but when he first came into the league with the Dallas Cowboys, they played him at guard, and he actually played pretty darn well, and I think we all think right now guard might be a bigger issue than tackle. Certainly worth a look, right? Like, if you're La'el Collins, you're looking for another chance, and if you're the Chicago Bears, you have to relentlessly be pursuing upgrades on the offensive line 24/7, 365, because the Bears' O-line in week one was one of the worst in the National Football League, especially on that interior. I thought the young tackles played fairly well. Braxton Jones had 2 holding penalties. That's pretty brutal, but beyond that, he actually held his own. Darnell Wright, it was up and down, but I thought there was a lot of good in there. There were certainly some bad, but for a rookie tackle in his first start, I thought it was okay. The interior was the issue. Now, on second review, Nate Davis, while he definitely wasn't good, he wasn't as awful as PFF suggested. He did not give up 9 pressures. Now, was it 5 or 6? Yeah, and it wasn't that good, but it was not 9. That being said, Cody Whitehair and Lucas Patrick look cooked, if I'm being completely honest. And I feel like we've dodged this subject a little bit with Whitehair this offseason. Oh, they're moving him to center. It'll be a better fit for him. Now he's back at left guard. He's kind of been trending this way. I mean, he's getting older. He's been around. He struggled last year, I thought, at left guard. I thought moving him back to center may actually help him, and now they move him back over there. So, I think he's really struggling at this point in his career. I don't think that strength is what it once was. Lucas Patrick has barely been healthy here, and that showed on Sunday. I thought he looked like a guy who hasn't played football in a while. And I think in Nate Davis's case, you saw a lot of that rust, but there were still some positives there. So I think if he can just start practicing consistently, then they'll be okay there. But the other 2 interior options, not good. They need Tevin Jenkins back, and that's why I was curious about La'el Collins. Now, you look at his PFF grades the last couple of years, spent his last year in Dallas in 2021, and graded out really nicely, right? Overall grade of 82, pass blocking was good, run blocking was excellent, gave up just 2 sacks. Did have 8 penalties. He's a little bit grabby, and last year certainly not nearly as good with Cincinnati. The pass blocking was atrocious. The run blocking was pretty good, but you see the sacks allowed, the penalties again. Did get injured late in the season with that ACL. We'll talk about that here in a second, how that weighs in here as well. But you look back to earlier in his career when he played on the interior, and I think it's pretty intriguing. His rookie season, played in 12 games, had a grade of over 68, pass and run blocking pretty solid there, did not give up a sack, did have 6 penalties. The next year only played in 3 games, had an injury. He's kind of been injured off and on throughout his career. Didn't play that well, but it was only 3 games. It's hard to really evaluate that as it was such a small sample size. Now, reports out of Cincinnati are saying that he might still be about a month away. He tore his ACL in December and tore a couple other ligaments in there too. Knee injury for a lineman, on the wrong side of 30. I believe he's 30, 31 now. We're 9 months, 10 months removed from that. He might not be able to play until October, November, so obviously he can't help you right now. That doesn't mean you shouldn't have some level of interest. Now, you look at the injury history, it's kind of been up and down, right? First year, missed 4 games. Second year, 13. But then the next 3 combined, he only missed 1 game. And that's really when he took off and was able to get some money. But then he missed all of 2020, missed 5 games in 2021, only missed 2 last year, but then suffered the major knee injury, which is where he's still recovering from right now. So is it a long-term solution? Is it a guy that's going to help you for 5 years? How much can he help you this year? Those are all legitimate questions, but you're not doing your job if you're Ryan Poles and you're not at least on the phone with his agent and getting some kind of medical evaluation, because La'el Collins is a talented player. There's simply no doubt about it. So what do you guys think? Should the Bears sign La'el Collins? Type S for sign or P for pass. I'm certainly open to it. you could even sign him to the practice squad and kind of ramp him up to get healthy, and then maybe you activate him later in the year. If it's not going to cost much, which for this season I don't think it would, I think the Bears should at least inquire. Okay, speaking of injuries, Kyler Gordon, the injury rumors only continue to ramp up with the vagueness from Matt Eberflus. While not official, and the Bears certainly aren't confirming this, there's kind of been some loose reports that Kyler Gordon might have broken his hand. Now, here is the latest. Matt Eberflus did just meet with the media, and he said that Kyler Gordon will not practice today because of his hand injury. He did dodge the answer or the question when asked if he could go on IR. He did not offer specifics to the injury because that's how he operates, and he doesn't want to tell anyone anything that is going on. A lot more to dive into when it comes to Kyler Gordon's injury situation, but you know what time it is? Coop, you know what time it is? It's factor time, which means it's lunchtime, and I'm so damn busy filming videos for you guys, I don't have time to go home and cook, or I don't even have time to go pick up lunch down the street. That is where factor comes in, because I bring in my ready-to-eat meal from home, and it only takes a couple of minutes to prepare. Factor's going to deliver you delicious, low-calorie meals straight to your doorstep, and you can eat them in a matter of just a few minutes of preparation. Too busy running around during the day to think about lunch like I am? Keep your energy up with Lunch to Go, effortless, wholesome meals like grain bowls, salad toppers, and much more that are ready to eat when you're on the go. And some of these meals, by the way, no microwave are required. A lot of them you can't throw in the microwave, obviously. Caloric free. That is the key, too, if you're trying to keep your calories down. Try these delicious, dietitian-approved, calorie-smart meals with around or even less than 550 calories sometimes. A lot of us, you want to stay under 2,000 a day. Well, if one of your meals is like 400 or 500 calories, that is absolutely fantastic. So go to factormeals.com/BearsChat50. That's going to get you 50% off at checkout. Let me repeat that. Head to factormeals.com/BearsChat50. That code BearsChat50 gets you 50% off delicious, healthy, low-calorie, and quick. That's the key, the convenience that Factor provides to knock out one, maybe even multiple meals a day for you, your wife, your kids, whatever. Factor's got you covered. That link and promo code in the comments and description of this video. We appreciate them sponsoring today's show. Now, this was kind of the rumor that leaked out yesterday. Bears Nation threw this out there that Brad Biggs said that early indications that Kyler Gordon has a broken hand. Now, I don't know if Biggs said this on radio in an interview. He didn't tweet this out unless he deleted the tweet, so that's why I'm keeping this part in the rumor mill. But I saw other reporters speculate this while not necessarily using the term broken hand, but there was kind of a lot of, based on what I'm hearing, he's going to miss some time, and obviously that would lead one to believe that there might be a broken bone in his hand, because if it's some minor like sprain or something, you could probably wrap that up and play as a DB. But if there's a broken bone in there, and the way Gordon plays as a physical tackler, he would probably miss some time. So the hints have been out there from reporters. The Twitter rumors have been circulating. He's not practicing today. I don't think this is a great situation. Now, at this point in time, they haven't put him on IR, so even if he's going to miss some games, maybe it'll be less than 4. If they keep him off IR, that would tell me they think he'll be back in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully that is the case. They would have until, Saturday to make that decision. So we'll see how the week goes. It's unfortunate. I thought he was out to a pretty good start against Green Bay. The grades are, kind of average here, but had a nice breakup. I thought he looked really good in the preseason, had a strong training camp as well. An unfortunate setback if that ends up being the case for Kyler Gordon. Now the question is, if he's out, where do the Bears turn to? Josh Blackwell on Sunday was the guy who got in and played a lot, but could there be a scenario where Terrell Smith gets in there and plays some nickel? Or could they move Stevenson to nickel and put Terrell Smith on the outside? I know Stevenson's definitely more of a boundary corner, but you want your best 3 out there if that's possible. And the bottom line is this just stinks, man. Sunday sucked enough, and now you lose a young promising player that needs reps for probably at least a couple weeks, if not longer. That's definitely a bummer. We'll continue to monitor this as the week goes on, and potentially as the weeks go on if he doesn't play this week. But yeah, definitely feel for Kyler Gordon here. Show him some love. Get the 6s going in the comments for his jersey number. Show Kyler Gordon that we've got his back here on Chicago Bears Now. Type 6 down below. And subscribe to the channel because we'll have the official injury report this afternoon. Now, it's not going to tell us if he has a broken hand or not, but we'll get to see who practiced, who didn't. Darnell Mooney got banged up late in that game the other day. I'll be curious to see if he's on the injury report or if it was just a hard hit. But, yeah, we'll have you covered on that and everything else surrounding this team. So subscribe and join us this afternoon with another video. Did a short on the channel last night, but did want to talk about it again here. Tarik Cohen back in the NFL. He is signing with the Panthers Practice Squad, and I'm fired up, man. I'm fired up for Tarik now. Selfishly, I don't love that it's Carolina because the Bears have their pick, and we don't want them to win games. And Tarik Cohen, in theory, could help them win games. But I'd rather him be back in the NFL with the Panthers than not be back in the NFL. I mean, this guy has been through so much, and he was such a fun player to watch with Chicago in his first 4 seasons as a running back, as a receiving threat, as a punt and kick returner. I mean, he was a special talent, and what he's fought through to get back to this point, ACL injury, a setback there. The Bears cut him right after he bought a house. Then he tears his Achilles last year, and now he's finally back, getting another opportunity in the NFL. And we might see him here in a couple months. Bears, Panthers at Soldier Field Week 10. Could you imagine the roar of him jogging onto the field if he's hopefully still with the Panthers and playing? Again, practice squad for now, but I think that's probably just to ramp him up and potentially have him be on their active roster soon. So I'm excited for this. Tarik Cohen deserves a lot. He's had a lot of stuff in his personal life, as you guys know as well. So to see him get back, he could have easily thrown in the towel after the Achilles rupture last year, but here he is getting another chance in the NFL. If you're happy to see him back, like we said at the beginning, like this video, hit that like button if you're happy for Tarik Cohen. I certainly am, and we hope that he goes on to have a good second half of his career. My name is Harrison Graham. We'll see you guys this afternoon here on the channel.